and welcome to Finextra's Financial Cloud Summit. I'm Hannah Wallace, and kindly joining me now is Tony Coleman, Chief Technology Officer from Temenos. Tony, great to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Very happy to be here. Lovely to see you again.
Really good to have you on. Thanks for taking the time out of the busy event. And we're talking about cloud-native core banking at the heart of many discussions over the course of the event, of course. And I want to begin really by looking back and talking about your journey, your cloud journey, and what have been the key technology advances there. So tell us a bit about that.
I think the key phrase, and actually we've heard it a lot today, it's about a journey. It's this idea of a transformation as a continuum. It's something you continue to do. We were just hearing from the panel, there's not sort of an end state where you go, yes, we are now done, we are transformed. And that really comes back to the heart of what we do and how we look at the technology space. This idea that you are born in the cloud at a point in time and that's all wonderful and you're done is one of the things that we've always struggled with. At Temenos, as you know, we continually invest in technology and our product suite as a whole, and we enjoy industry-leading levels of investment, which means as a technologist and as a technology team, we can continue to evolve. So that journey part is really important. So if you look back, depending on how you define it, we were hearing today that maybe it was 2004 when AWS first set their build to Amazon or what have you. And Temenos are one of the first, if not I believe the first, to put core banking in the cloud over a decade ago now. So the idea that this technology is static is a little ridiculous, really. So there have been advances along the way. Obviously, the big shift, and this is going back a few years now, from VMs to containers, the introduction of serverless, these are big pieces. But at the same time, the plethora of managed services that are available now. So that, we talk about IaaS and PaaS and these differences, that enablement of managed services, so that really as a vendor or as a bank or as anybody, what you get to worry about is running your software, not those pesky infrastructure pieces that you have to have, queues, firewalls, event streams, whatever it may be, is to use the managed services. But of course, that does lead you into this sort of anti-pattern, if you will, where if you're not careful, you end up baked into a particular ecosystem. So cloud native, using those managed services, keeping up to date with the innovations from the hyperscalers, that's important. And it's not, I don't think it's sort of one technology that we would say that's the piece. Having said that, containers and serverless obviously stand out, but that idea that it's continuing. But then the flip side, and something that at Temenos we've been talking about for a while, cloud native, cloud agnostic, that wonderful dichotomy that means you want to be able to use all those managed services, but you want to be able to do it on multiple hyperscalers. And actually we've heard it earlier today again, that's important so that when you do want to negotiate your costs, that you have that ability to do so. So that cloud agnosticity, if I can get my words around that, gives you that ability to not only help with your exit strategy requirements from the various regulators, but also gives you that good old-fashioned ability to negotiate on cost. So I think if I was to sum it up, the move to cloud native and the fact that that is a journey and it's continuing to evolve and you have to keep evolving, and the idea of cloud agnostic, so you have those levels.
And you've summed it up very well. Thank you for giving us the backstory, but also bringing us up to date, Tony. And another really big area, and one that's becoming a real priority for banks, is of course ESG. And I know Temenos is doing a lot in that space, but tell us, how is cloud helping banks meet those ESG goals that have been set?
Yeah, no, absolutely, and it's something that we've been talking about a lot over the last few years, and before that, this leaner and greener type approach is how I've been phrasing it to my team. And there's two, of course, very big different pillars here. There's the sustainability of the cloud, and there's lots of metrics out there by the hyperscalers about how carbon efficient they are. It's not just carbon, but that's a big piece of it, obviously. And that's the sustainability of the cloud. But then the flip side as vendors and anyone running workloads in the cloud, the sustainability in the cloud is our responsibility. And we've been really pushing ahead on that agenda as well, and working with the hyperscalers. If you look at, just to call out a couple of things, specifically the work that AWS have done on their Graviton chips, much more energy efficient, can really reduce those emission footprint dramatically. Really happy that we're doing a lot of work with Microsoft as well on some of their cloud carbon aware compute, on their sustainability efforts as well. And bringing all of that together means that it enables banks to make more informed choices about these areas. And it's something I think that we'll see coming up soon, is that banks and indeed other industries will be able to choose really whether they want to optimize for carbon efficiency and other ESG angles and or cost. Because although the two sometimes go hand in hand, typically if you're reducing your carbon footprint, you are reducing costs. It's not always the case. So yeah, I think that's very much on the forefront of what we're doing. Really proud and happy with the work that we're doing with the hyperscalers.
And the work doesn't stop there by any means. I know, very aware that you're running SaaS, which is really exciting, and it puts you in a great position to tell us a bit about what's next, what we can expect. Do you think SaaS is the future of cloud banking?
Yes and no. I mean, I would say yes, but the future, again, I don't want to sound contrite, but the future is now. We have SaaS customers right now. So is it the future? Do we think more of the business will go there? Yes, but it's a reality now. This isn't something that is a 5-year horizon out. This is available now. We have dozens, moving soon to be hundreds of live clients on the Temenos banking cloud, running mission critical systems right now. But of course, regulation continues to come through, and it's hard. Regulation is hard, and Temenos are at the forefront of this in making sure that we take a proactive stance of all of the various regulations coming through, so that we can enable our customers, our banks, to move to SaaS and or the cloud in a safe, regulated, sustainable way, not just, as we've heard earlier, the classic lift and shift, which we know doesn't work. Sure. So yes, very much, but also, without wanting to sound too much like a soundbite, the future is now.
Yes, well, some good advice weaved in there as well, Tony. And as always, thank you so much for sharing your insights. It's been really interesting. And while we've been speaking, the event has definitely got a lot busier around us. So I'll let you get back to it, but thank you very much.
Thank you. Wonderful to be here. Thank you very much.